Welcome to the Ranting and Raving podcast with myself, Wayne Scott Fox, and Mickey Williams, because he doesn't like talking anymore, introducing himself. So I'll do it for him. How are you all doing? And as always, we'll start off with, how's your week been, Mickey? Fucking shit.
Well, just the same question every week.
Because I like to know what you've been getting up to. It's nice to know what you've been getting up to for the week.
So I'll tell you what I've been getting up to. I've been watching your sister fucking work really hard on my garden.
Have you not helped her at all?
No, I've helped a little bit, but while I've been at work, she's been grafting her ass off in the garden, painting the fences. You know how big our garden is.
Yeah, it's long, isn't it?
Yeah, 60 foot. Imagine how many fence panels that is.
She's painting everyone?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And all the concrete posts. Redone all the concrete posts.
Are you painting your fence grey and your posts like a creamy white?
White, just normal white.
Yeah.
But then I've had to build. We had this flower bed built about 5 years ago.
One of them raised ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the renders come off the front, so I've built a deck in front going around it with a shelf.
Ah, is that what we went to? What we got from?
Yeah, when we went there last week. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much been my week. Building shit.
So, driving,
building shit, editing videos.
and moaning at me.
And fucking uploading music.
Moaning at me,
That's literally my week.
But
I'm having a barbecue in a bit when I finish here.
Oh, yeah?
So. And the garden looks fucking fabulous.
Yours?
Yeah.
Why am I not invited?
Your sister hates you.
She doesn't hate me. I got a question for you. Something was brought up at work the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, about recreational drugs being legalised.
Yep.
And if it's having a better effect or a more detrimental effect, and what my opinion was. Now, I'm not one for weed, never really have been.
No. No, mate.
But if you want to get, but my argument was, okay, so everybody I know who smokes weed has always at some point complained about paranoia.
Yeah, a bit later on.
Yeah. So when you see people who smoke weed frequently and they go, oh, it's recreational, well, it's not. Because
it takes over their lives. They have to fucking smoke when they get up, smoke before they get to bed, smoke when they get in from work. And no, it's just recreational. No, it's not. It's a fucking habit.
Yeah. And it
becomes a habit.
These people who say, "Oh yeah, it helps fight cancer." No, I'm not disputing what the facts about CBD do, but you're not doing it for that. And trust me,
yeah, you do need to get stoned.
But
recreational drugs is something you use in recreational environments,
such as
sitting in your house watching fucking Coronation Street stoned. Is in a recreational environment.
So define what you think would be a good term
for a recreational drug.
Yeah.
Ecstasy at a rave.
Well,
because you don't come home after work on a Tuesday and do an E.
Okay.
And sit there watching your telly.
But that's never going to be legalised.
Why?
They're not going to legalise. That's like fucking legalising.
It's just MDMA.
Yeah, they're not going to legalise that.
They're using it now to treat depression.
Right. I'm glad you've brought that up, because when they were talking about since weed's more or less now a slap on the wrist, they don't even arrest you, just take it off you, whatever else, and sometimes they leave you alone. I said, what about psilocybin, magic mushrooms?
Well, they're being used for depression and anxiety as well.
I use it.
Capsule forms, isn't it?
I use it all the time.
So it's microdosing, I think is what they call it, isn't it?
Yeah. That's one of the things I use in my concoction things to help me get over my PTSD.
Well, when we have Pattern Perceptions coming on as a guest very soon.
Okay.
Now, he's well into the DMT and the magic mushroom.
DMT?
Things.
That's what your body produces when you're about to die in it?
But he's really, really knowledgeable on all that stuff, the mushrooms.
Really?
So I think that chat about the mushrooms and what it can do for you, save that for him.
Yeah, I will save it, but what I'm saying is...
very knowledgeable on it.
But when we talk about legalising recreational drugs, mushrooms have to fall within it. It can't just be weed, because that's all that's really been legalised.
Personally, there's Portugal, I think it is. They've basically just said, yeah, it's all legalised, all of it.
All of it.
And we've got centres where you can go for the hard drugs. All the other drugs is all legalised, and apparently...
Bullshit!
Have a look on Google, and I read it about 4 or 5 years ago. Crime
I'm
rate
searching this shit.
Crime rate had gone down by something like 30%.
In Portugal.
Portugal. Just Google what drugs are legal in Portugal. 'Cause I know they were doing the trial on it.
No.
Go on.
Portugal did not legalise drugs. It decriminalised the possession and personal use of all drugs.
Oh, it's the fucking same thing, isn't it?
No. Which means
it
what?
it means you got to buy it from them and not a drug dealer. That's all. It's exactly fucking what I said.
Possession and use are no longer a criminal
Possession and
offence.
use are not a criminal offence. So it's legalised drugs.
So if you walk around with a kilo of cocaine, they can't get done.
No, you can get done because that's not personal.
How do you know? You could have a real bad fucking habit.
You'd have to have a fucking massive habit to get rid of that in a week.
So trafficking, production and cultivation are criminal offences.
There you go.
So the focus of the policy is on public health rather than criminalisation. That's a good way to put it.
And apparently, see if it says anything about the crime rate. So I was reading an article before and it said the crime rate went down by 30% after the legalisation of it. What you got?
Hang on. Affecting crime rate, right.
Come on.
It's not. Lifetime drug prevalence rates have decreased in Portugal since the reform, but not overall.
It's one of them, and when something's taboo, you want it. When you was a kid, what did you used to do? You wanted beer because you was not old enough to have it. So I think, I mean, I'm not a weed smoker, never have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the first one they should legalise.
What?
Weed. Just because it's easier. You can get weed quicker than an ambulance. You get weed quicker than pizza.
Well, there's been no deaths from it, has there?
I wouldn't say direct from smoking it, no. There's probably been some paranoia, schizophrenic, suicides.
But then people always have the argument of, look at alcohol and weed.
Yeah.
Deaths, anger, all this kind of stuff.
Alcohol's ridiculous. Look, going A&E on a Friday night, Saturday night, there'll all be alcohol-related fucking injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right, because it's taxable.
But
Why don't they start selling weed,
tax
it, and fucking put the money back into the country and into drug centres and stuff like that?
Well, the UK have cannabis farms, don't they?
Yeah.
But it's not...
We're one of the, I'm pretty sure, I know you're going to whip Google out as well now again. I'm pretty sure we're one of the top 5 exporters of cannabis in Europe.
No fucking way.
Have a read.
No way. I'm
you
not having that.
You can't just keep getting your phone out and getting some dead air time.
No, because you keep coming up with some nonsense.
Have a look.
The UK, is the UK one of the largest exporters of cannabis? Okay?
Let's have a look.
No.
What do you mean now?
Oh, fucking hell.
Come on.
Okay, so it says there's no official estimates of the size of the medicinal cannabis industry.
Yeah.
However, we do know that the UK is the world's biggest producer and exporter of legal cannabis.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
Say sorry for calling me a liar. Bullshitting. Fucking bullshit you. Go on. Where's the apology, dickhead?
But they don't grow...
No, where's the apology, dickhead? Just like your sister.
What do you mean?
She don't apologise either.
Right. Because they don't grow cannabis plants that produce THC. It is.
It's medicinal weed.
No, it's not.
That's what they grow.
I forgot what the fucking plant is. It's only CBD. It only grows CBD.
No, it's medicinal.
Hemp.
Medicinal cannabis.
It's hemp. Yeah, they grow hemp.
We produce fucking loads of it.
Right.
And it's illegal here.
So it's hemp farms.
It is actually an illegal one now.
What?
It's strained. It's illegal. It's not hemp is an illegal.
No, it's illegal to but it's illegal to get the CBD from it. There are legal hemp. There's fucking fields and fields and fields growing hemp, and it's used just purely for CBD. I'm pretty sure. I've got to be careful what I say now because
He's pretty sure, but he was pretty sure on the last one, and then he Googled it and made himself look a knob again.
No, because you come out with some outrageous statements like fucking dogs in prams, right? And I don't hear these things ever. But
Mate, did you see the picture someone sent us?
the rabbit,
Fucking rabbit.
Neil, wasn't it?
Neil, rabbit in a fucking pram. Fuck off, Neil.
But the thing is, right, I've got to be, I'm not one for sticking my nose in business that doesn't concern me, right? And like I've said many times, I'm so fucking chilled and relaxed. And when we spoke about the army thing, I'm going about my experience when I was in the army.
Yeah.
And it was 22 years signing on, you could leave after 4 years, right?
Apparently that's changed now. That was pointed out in the comments.
Human fucking rights stuff,
It was
right?
pointed out in the comments. It's not at 22 anymore.
I spoke to a mate of mine in the army, it's all changed. It's women in the infantry and all sorts now.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? I'm just not interested in that conversation
Okay.
anymore with the army. And actually, the army are, more people are actually leaving. So people say, no, it's up 20% over all the forces, but the army, more people are leaving than joining. People are still joining. I'm not saying nobody's fucking joining, but more people are leaving. Fact, I got friends still in the battalion that I was in. I got friends in other battalions that are all telling me the same thing.
Yeah.
And I've read stats somewhere on some Gov website, and I'm also still part of the Royal British Legion as a vet and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not go there.
Rewind that out.
Cannabis.
I think cannabis should be the obvious one to legalise
Yeah, it's fuck all, isn't it?
because you can get it from somebody on every fucking street in England.
With the same rules as alcohol, though. No driving and stuff.
Yeah, of course, man. Anything that impairs vision and stuff like that, you shouldn't be allowed to drive on it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same as alcohol. Tax it like alcohol. Just think how much money would go back into the system if it was taxed.
Oh.
How many people buy £10 weed on a fucking Friday night?
Some people buy it every night.
Well, there you go.
Some people are buying a 10 bag
So
every day.
Two quid of that every time goes to the government.
Huh?
Maybe you can start making some fucking cuts somewhere else for
But
us.
again, it's the same as... Again, I know you don't want to touch on mushrooms, but it's important to me that we talk about mushrooms because they're a very important part of my life. I take not just psilocybin, but various types of mushrooms to keep me focused and energized and everything else.
Yeah.
But psilocybin was ultimately used, and don't stop me because he's coming on, but it was ultimately used. We'll go more into depth when the guest is here, but my overview is it was used as cognitive repair and all this kind of stuff for depression, right? Until people realise if you take a load of it, you trip your fucking bollocks off.
Yeah.
Get off your tits and you way with the fairies. And the government,
That's why.
fuck that.
That's why I take them.
No, I've got 3 packets in the fridge.
I know.
Right?
I've been eyeing them up for later. I'm having a barbecue.
Which, when the guest comes on, I'll pull them out and talk about it as well. And that's actually quite good that he's here.
Yeah.
And what I will do is, once we discuss all that kind of things, for advice on how to microdose and everything else, that's going to be on the Patreon videos.
Okay.
It's not going to be on these. So
Yeah. Put it behind the.
yeah, because I beat real bad depression. Fucking my head was all over the place with the shit that I've done and seen everything else, and
that was off microdosing.
Microdosing some other things as well.
What is it? Is it 200 milligram?
I'm not telling you. It's for Patreon.
Okay.
I'll go into details with Patreon about it and everything else. I'll tell people where to go, where you can get it from legally. Yeah. I'll tell you what else, how to do it all properly, how to keep your mindset and all these other things. And also give you other tips of other stuff as well. So when you come to recreational drugs, I think mushrooms are an important one. The magic mushroom, the psilocybin.
Yeah.
But if you look at it as a recreational drug, you can't use that for any other reason than to treat a medical condition, right? Weed, yeah?
Yeah.
Apart from getting stoned, which is the same as the mushrooms, the only reason you take mushrooms is to trip your bollocks off.
Yeah.
The only other thing to do is medical purposes. With weed, you either smoke it to get stoned or for medical purposes.
Yeah.
So how's that balance of what you can and what you can't?
The medical purposes, I believe, if you're smoking it for like things like MS, it helps with that. Anxiety. I can't see how it'd help with depression because it puts you on a fucking downer. It makes you more lethargic, doesn't it?
But when you say legalise cannabis, is this the cannabis with the THC in or just the CBD cannabis?
Well, with the THC in, because
you can't get stoned if it's not.
There's
because James made the switch, didn't he? James switched from THC to CBD.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people running businesses who ain't paying tax. So it's that. What's the word? It's fucking everywhere. Let's be honest. everywhere.
Weed?
Yeah,
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah. Every street
Everywhere.
has weed on
And
it.
all I look at that is you know, one of the Yank presidents,
American.
war on drugs. That's what he come
They're
up
the
with.
biggest
The
supplier.
war- the
They're
war on-
importers. They
The
import
war on
it.
drugs, and I'm going to be honest, you never win it. Because you can, tomorrow, the police can bust down a factory, fucking take everything out of there. Next day, somebody else has got one set up.
But they import it themselves. They're involved in the drug business in America.
Probably.
They are. It's proven.
I'll make you googly. Googly? Go on, you fucking Google everything I say.
It's just, no, but
But, like, yeah, the point is, there's that much of it around, and there's that many people grow it, there's that many people sell it, there's that many people want it, supply and demand. You are not going to stop it by saying, you know, we're going to put you in prison for this long, we're
But they
going to do
don't.
this for that. They're just fucking, you know, what is it now? Is it class C or class B?
C, innit? It's a class C drug. But the thing is,
It's like having a fucking shandy.
yeah, well, I think if you get caught cultivated,
The need to capitalise on it, because you're not going to stop it.
I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I'm pretty sure
I'm going to Google it.
if you're cultivating now, if it's like 6 to 8 plants or whatever, there's no real criminal conviction come with that.
Yeah, because you can just say it's for myself. I'm just growing it
Yeah.
for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So I just, like I said, I'm not a weed smoker. I don't like the feeling
fucking
of
hate
it.
the
I
smell
don't
of
like.
it. I hate it.
Yeah, same. The smell. I don't like the feeling. I've tried it. It weren't for me. But what I see around me with other people, and you walk down the road, he's got one in his gob. There's a geezer drive past you at the
Okay.
traffic lights. He's got one in his gob. Everywhere you go, just fucking legalise it so you can make money and then fund the drug rehabilitation centres.
How about this
Because they're
then?
going to do it anyway.
All right. Okay. So you're with me. You don't like the smell and everything else, yeah?
Yep.
What about if they made cannabis in a smoking form completely legal?
Yeah.
But edibles completely legal.
Yeah.
Because I have on a night time, 2 or 3 times a week, I have a gummy.
Yeah.
Knocks me out, clears my mind.
Ready for the next.
Yeah, because I have problems sleeping and stuff. And
Yeah.
it sorts me out for
Because
a
of your
week.
fucking junk drawer. That's why you have problems sleeping. Fucking stuff still stuck up your ass.
It's not because I can't switch off. I'm constantly go, and I can't stop.
Yeah.
And when I get home from work, it's like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I can't wind down. So it's by 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm starting to wind down. Half 6, 7 o'clock, I'm up again. So I'm constantly like, at some points I'll get overloaded with exhaustion.
They just need something to knock you out.
Yeah, I got
Basically.
diagnosed with, I was fucked the one day, and I had diagnosed with adrenal fatigue. And the doctor
Yeah.
says, if you don't stop, you're going to kill yourself. You've got to stop. So I took a couple of days off work and done nothing. But you know, I sat at home doing nothing. It was driving me mad.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No. So
I
Is
don't
that
mind on a Sunday when Super Sunday's on. I'll sit at home and do absolutely fuck
yeah.
all.
So what I'm trying to get is to legalise it, right? If the people are trying to argue the case of weed is good for you and does it never, okay, stop smoking it then and have it in an edible form.
Yeah. If it's that good for you, it don't matter how you get it in your body, does it?
If that's their argument, have
But
it
it ain't.
only in edible form.
There ain't an argument, man. That people who smoke weed want to get stoned.
Stoned, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I'm all for it. Do it. Go, oh,
You know,
my mates.
You've got the occasional few who have got a medical condition that they can now get it on NHS for the medical condition.
Mm.
But I don't understand when you see how much of it's around.
It's everywhere.
Why are we not capitalising on it, taxing it, and bringing more money for the country?
I think I read somewhere, you know, if a police car is following a car and they see smoke come out and then they smell weed,
Yeah.
they can't pull that car on suspicion from smoking weed, you know.
Why?
I'm sure I read that somewhere.
No, I'm pretty sure they can.
Because I was like, hang on a fucking minute. I can fucking smell weed here.
I'm sure they can because it's driving
On the
driving
roads.
impaired.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
pretty,
thought.
sure that they can.
But I think somewhere down the line is, just because you see smoke coming out of that car, how do you know when the car that went past? Or it's the car in front.
down to the copper's discretion.
But
innit?
in this country, the police can stop who the fuck they want anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure I
Especially
read
if you're
that.
in a car.
I'm sure I read that they can't just stop on the instinct of thinking that someone's smoking weed
Yeah.
on the smell.
No, I'm not sure, but if you're in a car, they can stop you if they want to.
What
anyway.
other low class drugs do you think count as on the same par as weed? Remember MCAT? Remember
Disgusting,
MCAT?
mate.
Is that still going?
I don't know.
Plant food, isn't it?
Sheik still smells of you.
Chic. MCAT, yeah, everyone was raving for it, isn't it?
Fucking horrible, man.
I've never done that either.
Nah.
Ketamine, obviously. Ketamine's a big thing.
See, it's things like that. I don't know, man. It's one of them, and it's people want to do it. They're gonna do it.
You can't beat a pill.
They're gonna do it regardless.
Nothing matches a pill.
So, but what even things like that with ecstasy. Look at what people put in there when they're cutting it to make more money.
Now,
So, if they were made properly in a lab
Mhm.
with MDMA, like they're supposed to, sold properly, taxed on it, you know what you're getting.
yeah, 'cause
Now,
there used to be 10 each.
well, now they put it's fucking rat poison and fucking what's that? The other one, the white powder. It'll come back to me in a minute. But yeah, they mix it with all sorts, man. Benzocaine.
Okay. You know when the pill scene was happening in the
Yeah.
clubs?
That's when it was pure MDMA.
And Doves and all that, right?
Yeah, that was MDMA.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about who you bought it off.
Mm.
It was all of them were made with pure
I
MDMA.
think I started, don't get me wrong, I used to love them days. Pills to me were the best thing anyone could ever do.
Mate, they were unbelievable.
I just couldn't deal with the 2 days after.
Yeah.
They were the worst ever for me.
Yeah. It always knocks you around.
Oh, my God.
What goes up must come down.
But it went beyond down. And I think...
But this is where you going back to what you said earlier, recreational. So when you went out on a Saturday night and you did a couple of pills
Mm.
and you had your bad day on your Sunday night going into Monday.
we didn't get on to Sunday afternoon.
So Tuesday, did you have a pill?
No.
No. Wednesday, did you have a pill?
No.
You waited for that recreational
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
To me, that's a recreational drug. If you're smoking weed every day, that's not recreational.
That's a habit.
It's a habit. So anyone who says it's recreational, I'm recreational every day, you're full of shit.
We don't even know what's in cocaine in these days.
Because they can't go a day without it.
I don't understand cocaine.
Why?
I can't. I don't get that drug. It doesn't actually do anything for you. Just
It does. It perks you, man.
why do you need perking up?
I don't know. Sometimes you need a bit of help, don't you?
See, I don't
And
get it.
a lot of people use it, when you're out drinking, have a bit of sniff, don't get drunk.
So why you drink? Well, you go to drink then, yeah?
Yeah, but you want to be drinking all day, don't you? If you some people, I've got a couple of mates, mate, 3 points and it's fucking bedtime for them. A
Yeah.
little bit of sniff, they'll still be going to fucking midnight.
Yeah, I don't get cocaine. It doesn't give you
It didn't do what a pill does.
no.
But again, if you were sat at home watching the boxing and you had a pill, it wouldn't do what it
You
did.
ain't watching the boxing.
It wouldn't do what it did is if you were in the middle of a dance floor.
Imagine, yeah, because with a pill you feel
You're fucking
everything.
flying and you
Vibes.
It's everything that comes with it.
But,
the fucking
okay, so let me just finish when I said the days when pills were the thing.
Yeah.
The rave scene was booming. Everyone was pills and everything else. How much trouble did you ever see when you were out?
none.
How
None,
many
mate.
stabbings did you
I
see?
did
See any stabbings?
Sunday Central at Pulse, Sunday Central at Q Club, Sunday Central DNA, Sunday Central Sanctuary. Never seen one bit of trouble.
Did you see any stabbings anywhere?
There's definitely no stabbings.
Did you see people outside pissed up, causing fights,
Nope.
giving police aggro?
Everybody was just fucking sound with each other.
So if
So
you
this is another thing I don't understand. Why you why are you bothering them people?
I love them days.
Why are you bothering them people? All they want to do is take a pill and dance. That's it. And the police bothering them, searching them on the way. So what? Don't search them on the way in. Let them get drunk and watch how many have a fight.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Take all the drugs off them. Let them go inside and all get pissed.
So how could you differentiate then what's to be legalised and what's not? Because we've got opinions on that's a good thing for you to go out. It'll calm society down. Blah 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 blah.
I think weed should be legalised. MDMA should be legalised. I don't think ketamine should. because it's.
Would that mean for horses?
I was just going to say, I don't think ketamine should, or things like MCAT, because it wasn't produced for that.
I'm sure
purpose.
MCAT was plant food.
You know, with a pill, that's what they make them for, because they know what it does to you. It brings you up, euphoric. You'll have a great fucking time.
Yeah.
Not that we're promoting you to do anything. I'm going to say I had a great time when I did it in a controlled environment. So, but for me, it's like ketamine. It's like, nah. Definitely not. And a lot of people, over excessive use on the ketamine end up losing their bladder because it shrinks their bladder.
Wow.
Google that. You'll fucking see.
I'm not going to Google them. I'm just going to believe you.
Bladders out because of excessive use of ketamine.
So
things like that. And then when you're going down the smack and the fucking brown route, no, definitely not.
Nah.
Look at what it's did. Look at. You've only got to look at
You can look
state of the people.
Yeah.
I don't understand when people look at people like that and go, "I'm going to try that." Come on, man. Well, why would you want to?
I need to.
Why would you want to be like that? Why would you look at someone who's on that sort of thing and go, "I'm going to do that"?
Do you think that people who get on heroin and that kind of stuff are people with a real addictive personality, where they've started off small and the fix was just not enough, and that's where they've ended up?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I've got a lad coming on the show as well. We're going to pencil a date in, and he's going to tell his story of where he got hooked on some not so nice drugs, went through a bit of a bad time, done rehab and that. I think he's 8. I don't want to quote it in case I'm wrong, but I'm sure he's 8 years clean now, and he works in a drug rehabilitation centre.
Nice.
That's what he does. That's his job now, getting other people off it. And
good.
He's going to come on and tell his story as well.
So when we see them people going, "Oh, that dirty smackhead," is it actually their fault?
I don't think all of it is. You know, sometimes you're coaxed into having that first one, aren't you?
I never thought about doing a pill until I was out, and they were like, come on, do one.
Yeah. But like,
I was like, nah, for like 3-4 weeks.
I've always looked at the end result of the drug. So if somebody smokes a spliff, the end result is they're lying on the sofa like a fucking spastic, eating cookies. I look at that and I go,
whatever.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, the end result of that is people have a bit of a trip, see some colours.
Yeah.
Things start moving. They have a giggle. I've never been with a group of people on mushrooms and not had the fucking funniest time in my life.
I've done it for psilocybin.
And then the same with ecstasy. What's the end result? The end result of the ecstasy was go to a club, drop one, and have a fucking great time for 6, 7, 8 hours.
Great time. Not a great time.
And then
insane time.
The cocaine. That one, yeah, it's the after party thing for me for that. It was always an after party. Not when I'm out.
Networking, really?
Yeah. Fucking in the kitchen. Human traffic. In the kitchen, talking fucking bollocks.
Networking. Like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. But like I said, I wouldn't go in I wouldn't even attempt to try it just because of end result. You take a bit of fucking smack. Look at the end result for a lot of people.
Train spotting.
That's what I mean. End result. Like I said, the ecstasy, the end result was you had a fucking good night. You had to come down the next day. But that, at the time, that night outweighed the come down.
What do you think of speed, Wiz? That's a crazy drug because it does nothing apart from fucking
just keeps you awake. I never really.
That's a crazy drug. That was
never buzzed off.
It was cheap as fuck as well.
Yeah, it's fucking like 10 quid, and you got about 8 fucking.
You and all your mates did it for the night, loving life.
I remember one. It was pink champagne.
I love these names.
Speed, and it was pink.
And
pink
you
champagne.
just an acid on the little tabs.
Yeah. I could tell you some
mind-altering shit.
I'm going to tell you one story about acid, which is fucking brilliant. Right, so...
Hang on, let me get a drink of water because I'm excited for this. Where's my water? I've left my water in my bag. I'm going to have to have a coffee. Can I do product placement?
If you want to.
No, let me just have a drink of this coffee. Go on.
Right, so one day, this lad phoned me. Dan, no longer with us. unfortunately. But he phoned me and he went, guess what I've got? I said, what? He said, I've got some acid. I said, fuck off. Acid ain't been around for years, mate. And he went, I promise you now, I've got some acid. Do you want some? I went, how many you got? He said, I've got 5 left. I said, we'll have the 5. He was like, sure? I said, yeah, definitely. So he bought this. Oh, it was when I worked in Birmingham. He bought this acid into me. I phoned my mate who I lived with at the time. Took her. And I said to him, got five acid tabs I have. What? Where have you had them from? Fucking can't get them no more. I said, well, I've got them. And I got the bus home from work. Landed down by where I lived, the chippy. Now, this chippy's about 500 yards from where I lived.
I don't know what's coming.
Ordered a bag of chips and a fucking pie, like us fat bastards do. He met me down there because he went to the shop, which was obviously next door to the chippy. We'd done 2.5 each before we got back.
2.5?
Yeah, we had them on the way back. A 500-yard walk.
Double dropping or just...
Yeah, double dropped them and then fucking split the other one. Oh. Mate, it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Did you get back home?
Yeah. Got back home, had a fucking great night. There was a gym in the bedroom that turned into a fucking staircase with people walking down. There was this fly that was a fucking spaceship that kept buzzing around the flat. Mate, it was fucking unbelievable. And at one point, we was having the same trip. This wallpaper that was on the one wall. It was like white and green with fucking movements on it, mate. It was opening up and all sorts, man. And the best of it was like, we were in work in the morning, both of us. And we were on the same shift, so we lived together and we got the same bus into town, like. And we got to the top of Broad Street. Now, bear in mind, we're like, come down now. So we're at the back of the bus in Broad Street, and all you want to do is curl up in a ball and just have silence.
Yeah.
Bus stops, top of Broad Street. About 30 Japanese tourists got on.
Oh.
Honest to God. Now, obviously, none of them spoke fucking English. They all got on the top of the bus taking photos out the windows. And it was like, I don't want to do the accent, but you know.
Let's just bring one thing up now. Broad Street back then is nothing like it is now.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's totally
But
different.
we're sat on the back of the bus, praying for silence, just want to curl up in a ball. 30 Japanese tourists, come on, all chatting at the top of their voices. Mate, it fucking ruined my head for the rest of the day. Literally just fucking pickled my head. Fucking horrible experience.
So this brings me on to drugs as a whole then. If you look at heroin and everything else,
Yeah.
right, it's all about having a good time,
Yeah.
right? And I can't see anybody having a good time on weed because you just chilled and whatever, right? So you just mellow.
But that's probably what they want to do. Maybe their fucking heads racing all day and they just want to chill
some people go out, drink, do coke to lift them up, and then do weed to bring them back down.
Bring them back down, yeah.
Fucking hell.
When it's for specific stuff, like I say, the ecstasy at a rave, I just don't see the problem with it. Leave people alone, man. They're all having a fucking dance and a great time.
No bother, no trouble.
And it's a stimulant. They don't want to go to a rave for 2 hours and be tired and go home.
But I think
so they have an E and stay out for 8 hours, 12 hours.
Pills are not that big anymore. It's more everyone's doing coke, isn't they?
Yeah.
You don't see many people doing pills anymore.
Not as there's not like like in the late 80s, early 90s where you had raves dedicated to pills.
Yeah. But even up
Sunday
into the early
Central
2000s.
Sunday Central was a dedicated fucking pill place.
Yeah.
God's Kitchen, majority in there were on it. You know.
Half of Swansea was.
But you don't get them clubs no more, really. It's a big mixture in there. But your question about should they be legalised? Yeah.
All of them?
All of them, yeah.
So you'd legalise weed?
I'd legalise weed, cannabis, coke. Yeah.
Pills?
And pills, yeah. What would you legalise?
I'm more sensible now, even though I do agree with that mind altering drugs used in the right way is much better than alcohol.
Yeah.
But this is why I don't drink either.
But alcohol is just a drug.
Yeah. I'm just what I just said. Yeah,
It's a taxable drug.
and
So tax the others.
I'm on the frame of mind now. Anything that alters your mind.
Why can you tax the pisshead on the park bench,
I don't know. I can't.
but you
answer-
can't tax
I
the
can't-
smackhead on the park bench,
I can't answer that. I'm sure there's a reason why.
or the cokehead in the kitchen party?
Alcohol was probably illegal at one point, and they legalised it.
In the 1930s,
Not sure. But at some point,
before it became legal.
It's going to be the same with drugs, though. They're going to keep that illegal for a certain amount of time, and some might not even be in our lifetime. All drugs will be legal or controlled.
Well, weed's legal in
Now.
weed's legal in a lot of states in America now.
Be legal here soon. But that's your.
I don't know,
I'm saying
man. The kickback off
it's
our
your first
government's
step.
too much.
Right. Don't go there with the government, because I don't want to talk about politics on here. Because
It's not politics. I'm just saying that they don't.
they don't do fuck all, Mickey.
They've tried to put it through a couple of
They
times.
don't do fuck
and they're not
all.
asked.
Every promise that's ever made has never been achieved.
Oh my days.
Please don't get me started on politics.
I'm not. That's not politics.
Don't bring the government into shit then.
But
right?
But they're the people who've got to legalise it, though. And that's what I'm saying.
And we've always been run by two parties for fucking decades.
They've tried to put it through, and it hasn't happened.
But it's the same two parties over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's at some point in the
At some point, we
future-
need a
Booyaka.
and change,
Yeah. And then things will look at differently.
and
And
then we'll be.
but then what I think is at some point in the future, 10, 20, maybe 30 years' time, all drugs will be legalised, but controlled.
Controlled
alcohol.
and taxed.
Yeah. I think all of them will. All of them.
And then loads of these little fucking gruffs on
Because
scooters
they never
will have to get
legalised.
jobs.
I don't know if they just said, right, all alcohol is now available. You know, things of spirits and different variations of spirits have come along, and ciders and ales and
Yeah.
beers. You know, so
Yeah, just think how many scruffs would have to get jobs, though. Little scruffs on electric scooters. Oh, gee, you want any weed?
the fucking.
Fuck off and get a job, you
I
tramp.
come out of work yesterday. I went to restaurant for food with some of the staff, and there'd got to been 15 to 20 teenage, round about that age, kids in the city centre. Fucking masks on and blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking,
It's fucking bizarre, man.
why?
It's bizarre.
Why? You know, if Ethan
Oh,
went
just-
out there, I'd fucking
just
knock him
fucking
out.
slap him?
Yeah. Like,
Fucking
it's-
yeah. I don't know if we need to get into that because I can't stand the little fucking hood raps, man.
Well, have you got anything you would like to talk about in I don't know. I was going to say kids, but it sounded wrong, so no.
Yeah, go on. I'll tell you what we'll talk about. Right. You know, like sports day at school.
Yep.
When I was at school, yeah. Unless you come first, second, or third, you got fuck all.
Yeah.
Why do kids these days get participation
Oh,
medals?
don't. But there's no such thing as winning anymore. It's
No,
taking
It's
part.
taking part, and I think it's bollocks.
It shouldn't be allowed. It's not giving kids the will and desire to succeed,
No.
and to win.
Because you're sending a message to them that you can come fucking 10th in a race and still be a winner.
Well, you tell them
No, you
kids.
can't.
You tell them kids when they're going for the job of their dreams, why they got E's in their exams. Yeah, that it's okay, and their employer's saying, "Sorry, you're not qualified enough." Well, I took part, and I'm just as good as first.
Yeah. You know, kids, when I was a kid, you used to strive to be the best at
Yeah.
whatever was your thing.
But you
Like,
also encourage
football
those.
was mine, cross country. You wouldn't think now, but
Yeah.
cross country, stuff like that. Any sport I played, mate. Even on sports, I even played in the fucking girls' netball
I
team
played rounders,
because I wanted to fucking just play sport.
rounders, cricket, basketball, football.
I did football at school. I did cricket. I did running, and it's like I always wanted to be the best at everything. And then now it's like they're getting the wrong message. The message that's going to the kids is, don't worry if you come 10th. here's a medal anyway.
So where's that come
and
from?
it's the same medal.
Where does it come from?
It's the same medal as what you get for first,
yeah.
which I think's fucking bollocks.
Why bother?
And I fucking probably, it's all woke, isn't it?
You can't have...
You've got to make them feel involved and stuff like that.
You can't have that, right? You cannot have that mentality in a business environment.
No.
I run a very, very large team, right? You cannot have somebody in there who is not driven, who thinks, well, I'm participating.
I'm all right, I'm participating.
You want the best of the best in that field.
Yeah.
You want the one person who wants to push himself to the ultimate. So if you've got a board of 10 people and you give them all tests, exams, tasks, challenges, and everything else. For example, when I joined the army, I went to Purbright first for 2 days.
Yeah.
And they give you a list of things and tasks and challenges to do. You have to do a running test.
Imagine being in the army and going, I don't mind, I'll come 10th.
Right. But this is what I'm trying to say to you. You have to achieve certain things in order to get what you want to get. So why are we saying to kids, oh, it's okay if you never achieved it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay if you never achieved it. It's not okay.
I do also get, we did go straight to sports day there, but that kid who come 10th in sports day will probably be top in science.
Right.
So there is that way to look at it, just because they're shit at sport.
So in science...
But in science, the lad who's the 10th best in the class shouldn't be rewarded the same as
But
the first.
is he going to get a participation thing in science?
In science, if he's the brainiest in the class, he's going to pass his exams and get high scores. The one who's 10th is probably not going to pass.
But, yeah, he's the person who's 10th in science and going to get a participation badge. Well done for trying.
Well, no, because he'll fail his exam. And that's what it should be with the whole medals in sports.
Exactly.
thing.
This is my point.
It's
Is
like, fuck off.
It should be everyone giving their all in everything.
I don't mind
being accepted.
I don't mind them having a participation medal at school because everybody's got one then, and then you ain't got some little fucking.
Well, you said, imagine then the fucking Olympics.
Well, they're kids, and you ain't got some little snot-nosed kid crying in the corner. But the person who comes first,
Give him a first medal.
he should get a big trophy. Second, next one. Third, next one.
Yeah.
Then participation medals.
Or give trophies and I was going to say medals to everybody else.
Yeah. But
You've got to strive to be the best.
You can't give the lad who's worked his arse off to win the 800 metres the same medal as some fucking cunt who come 10th, fucking 4 minutes behind his time, and they got the same medal. Then the message that's going to send to the one they send is, I don't have to be the best to get a medal. And the one they send is, what's the point in working my arse off? Because I get the same as him in 10th.
See, people are going to argue on this video because they're going to be like, oh, you're talking about participation. It's got nothing to do with the future and the career and everything else. And the person who's 10th might be really, really bad at sport.
It moulds them into who they
This
are.
is what I'm trying to say, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't make that child feel like a loser because they're not. No children are losers.
Right? My youngest hates sport. So he don't like doing sports day and stuff like that. But do you know what he's good at? Coding and making music.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. That's his thing. But I wouldn't expect him to get to sports day, not participate in anything, and come back with a medal. Do you know what I mean? And if he did participate and he come 10th, I wouldn't expect him to want to have a medal.
I don't agree with this participation thing. I think we should be striving for the best in our children, and I think that schools should be encouraging children to be the best version of themselves, irrelevant of what the subject
but
or
all
what the
kids
sport is.
they'll all have a different skill, like I said.
But still, you're at school to fucking learn stuff,
Yeah.
right? You're at school to be a better version than what you were before. So if you're shit at sport, they're going to fucking teach you to be good at it. You may not be as good as number one.
I don't think you can teach someone to be good at sport.
No, you can. You can teach them. No, but you're just going about fucking football with natural skills now, right, and everything
natural
else.
ability.
Right. But you can still... Right, I never used to be good at running, right? I then was the second fastest person. There's only Craig Bann who was faster than me in a year. That cunt could run. I'd done him off the fucking start. Towards the end, he'd done me every time. For the first 3 years in high school, I was 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
So you can train.
Yeah,
you can't
become
better.
You can train.
But you can become better than what you were before.
Yeah.
That's my point. Not be like, oh, accept that for what you are. Well done for fucking trying. Help them. Help them. You've got kids in brainy classes. You help the less fucking brainy ones be a better version, and they'll bounce between. I don't know what the sets are. These set 1 or 2 or 3, whatever the fucking hell they call it these days.
I don't know, man. And if that works, we had some fucking fit kids in.
But do you know what I mean? You had your top sets where all the boffs were in.
They're never going to fucking.
And then you had a south set where all the ones who didn't give a fuck about school.
Yeah.
But if they worked with them in the 5th set, they could have probably all got into the 4th. And you always see kids moving 1 in maths, then 3 in PE, and then fucking 2 in RE. And so they're always moving around. But the school's job and the parents' job is to make sure that child is constantly evolving to be the best version of themselves.
Yep.
And to give their all and to understand you win or you lose.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
That's it. Win or lose.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's called ranting and raving. All you got to do is have a little
Well, I know
rave
people
now.
are going to moan and say, oh, it's got nothing to do with fucking studying and everything else, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and
It does, it relates to it.
I guarantee the fucking people who start moaning have got purple or green hair. Oh, it's participation. Everyone should be treated equally. Fuck off. If you win, you win. If you come fucking...
If you lose, so what?
Yeah, strive
All
to
right,
be...
I lost at this,
strive
but
to be
I'll
better.
do better in something
strive
else.
to be better.
Right? Just... And then everyone needs to help them be better. Don't make them accept that's just the standard you are. Accept it, well done for participating. No, Mickey.
I agree. I don't... The participation, I don't think anyone should get a medal unless you're first, second or third.
If I fucking watch that shit, my son...
I'm not even asked, if I'm honest, about second and third.
You want first?
It's first.
But what I'm saying is, if...
You know, in the Premier League, did they get runners-up medals if you finish second? I'm genuinely, I don't know.
No, I don't think they do. It's just one winner.
Because when you win you lift the cup and you all get a medal.
Yeah, win the championship,
Did-
you win it or
Did
win the playoffs, that's it.
But like the FA Cup,
Yeah, but that's a competition.
You have the match.
No, that's a competition.
yeah, but you have the match, and then
Runners
the
up medal.
losers go first and get their medals.
Yeah, but that's a
And then the
competition.
winners-
That's a tournament.
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know, the league's a competition as well.
No,
isn't it?
it's no. I understand the difference on that. My point is, if Ethan got 5th, right,
Yeah,
I would say to him, "Come on, let's work on you. Let's try and get you 4th next year.
yeah. And then next year after that, we'll
If
get
we
you
don't
third.
get it, it's fine. But we're going to try and get you 4th.
Yeah.
Then we'll try and get you 3rd, right? If it never comes first, you've progressed from 5th.
Yeah.
Not saying, except that's what you are.
Well, yeah, you've won because you've gone from 5th to 4th or 5th to 3rd.
Winning.
But
Winning here and winning here.
if you tell them to strive to be the best, if you want to be the best, you got to work for it.
Yeah.
End of. If you don't want to work for it, you won't be the best.
Yeah. Don't. Oh, you participated. Well done.
Right.
I enjoyed that.
Am I? But we need a break now.
Yeah, it's hot.
So we're going to go into a break.
What tune you playing this week?
I'm going to play one of mine.
Yes.
A tune called Criminals,
Oh.
which ironically is on Criminal Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of mine, based Dominators, Criminals. See you after the break.
What?
Bruh.
Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. When I'm on a rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. When I'm on a rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. When I'm on a rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Every selector life done, heartbeat done, everything done, sound class done, argument done. From my team, turn up every sound where run. Yo, every selector life done, heartbeat done, everything done, sound class done. Criminals move in silence. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Vibing. Killers from Brixton, man out to West East, man out to Northern, ya. Tell me what go on in ya. Big 4-5 in a palm in ya. Killers from Brixton, man out to West East, man out to Northern, ya. Yeah, run round there. Sewage and scum round there. Babylon I get bun round there. Yeah, you know I've had enough round there. Yeah, run round there. Sewage and scum round there. Babylon I get bun round there. Yeah, you know I've had enough round there. Every selector life done, RB done, everything done. Sound clash done, argument done. From my team turn up every sound where run. Yo, every selector life done, RB done, everything done. Sound clash done. Criminals move in silence. Rude boy thing, I'm not ramping. Tell me what I want. Tell me what I want. Criminal, criminal. Tell me what I want. Try me. Tell me what I want. Criminal, criminal. Every selector life done. RB done. Everything done. Sound clash done. Argument done. From my team turn up every sound where run. Yo, every selector life done. RB done. Everything done. Sound clash done. Criminals move in silence.
Welcome back to the second half of the Ranting and Raving podcast with myself, Wayne Scott Fox, and Mickey Williams. And as you all know by now, in this half is the interaction part.
Yes.
Where we do the naughty step dilemmas and we do get in the bin, which is Mickey's thing. And he's going to kick us off with it. What you got for us this week?
Right, I think this one's a bit harsh this week, but I'll tell you my reasons why. So my get in the bin this week is them kids who hold signs up at football games saying, please, can I have your shirt?
Why? Why are you against that?
Because I know it's not the kid who's done it. Let's be honest, man. Some of them signs are like a work of fucking art, and you got some little 2-year-old holding it, and what the dads do is they do the signs, and they give it the 2-year-old, so the players look at them and go, oh, look at him, he wants my shirt. He doesn't even give a fuck, mate. 2-year-old wants to play with Lego. He don't want a football shirt. All that's happening there, right, is dad's putting that on fucking
You're a
eBay tomorrow.
cunt. You're going to get out of order.
So, yeah, fucking kids who hold signs up at football games begging for the shirts.
So this is the thing. Remember when Wolves got promotion from the Championship?
Yeah.
I made a makeshift canvas with a football pitch on, and I put all the players in their positions on, subs at the side, and Nuno.
Yeah.
And I got every player to sign it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I give it to Ethan.
Yeah.
I got signed football. It's for Ethan.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool, man. My problem is...
But you're saying it's not for the kid?
No, Ethan was how old? I bet he was 2, 3. How long Wolves been back in that
He was
division
about
now?
6 or 7, yeah.
Probably, no, he's fucking 14 now, mate. You've only been back 5 years. It's fucking 8 or 9.
No,
I
I think it's 2016, 2017.
I did say at the beginning it's a bit harsh, but it does just irritate me because I know the kid don't give a shit about the football top. They don't until they're about 8 or 9, 10. And I know that kid ain't sat there making that sign.
And you generally think it's the father who wants it, not the child?
Yeah. He wants to bang it on eBay.
No.
Or he wants to frame it and then sell it later on.
Now, would you sell a signed Gerrard top?
Probably not.
So
But I'd have it on my wall.
Right, but so what makes you think another football fan who's...
Yeah, but you're missing a point. My point is the kid don't give a shit. It's like when... Yeah, I'll give you another example of when kids don't give a shit. You know, when you see them on Christmas Day and they're dressed in Machino jeans and fucking Gavinci fucking tops. Kids do not give a fuck, mate.
No, that's not true because Ethan doesn't really ask much from me ever, but he does ask for
Okay,
some
so
nice
when you
Christmas.
see a toddler in a photo with a Machino top on, do you think
It's not
that toddler
real.
gives a shit?
Probably not a real Machino.
Do you think the toddler gives a shit? That toddler would rather be wearing a fucking Spider-Man
Oh,
t-shirt.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
And it's the same sort of thing with this. This is my angle of looking at it. That kid doesn't give a shit. A 2-year-old, 3-year-old holding a little fucking. Can I have your shirt, please? You know that the dad's done the sign. The dad's took him. The dad wants the shirt.
Well, how do you know the dad's not being...
It'd be less embarrassing if the dad held the sign.
Right, what is your dream for Kenny to love?
It would have been football.
And who?
Liverpool.
Right. So if you went to a football match, right,
Yeah.
with him...
I've took him to fucking
Yeah,
100
but
football
okay,
matches.
you're missing the point I'm about to say
I've
now.
never made him a sign and said, can I get a shirt?
But, right, if you did have a sign with him and said, Gerard, can I please have your top?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or Salah. And would you then put that on his wall in his bedroom? Or would you cherish that for
I
him?
wouldn't do it because I'm not a sado.
Fucking hard work you are, man. I swear to God.
I'm not a sado, man.
You are hard work.
I go to the
You
football
can't-
to watch football.
But you're missing...
I go to the football
No.
to sing
Yeah.
with the boys.
But there could be a good reason. It doesn't mean he wants to put it on fucking eBay. He may generally think this is a nice thing for my son to have and to cherish and
Yeah,
a
but it's-
prized possession.
It's every fucking week, isn't it? Right, recently, Guardiola.
You're
Did
fucking
you see the
arse,
video of Guardiola refusing to sign a shirt for somebody?
No.
So outside after the game, or it was after a training session or whatever, he's come to the gates and there's a geezer come up with a top. Guardiola's looked at him and gone, no. Oh, come on, Pep. He went, no. You was here last week with a top. You was here the week before with a top. And I know you're just selling them on. He said, no, I'll sign it for somebody who I ain't seen before. And it's they're from a group called Signature Hunters or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They go around the football stadium.
That's a fucking 2-year-old kid.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's not for the kid. It's for the dad.
Clever way of getting it.
Put a signed Liverpool top in front of a kid or a big box of Lego. What's the kid going to play with?
Right, but okay, so...
No, you don't avoid the question.
Yeah, Lego. All
There
day
you go.
long.
Then.
Yeah, I'm with
It's
you.
not for the kid.
All right, so...
The dad's
what,
done it.
What's wrong with that? Maybe the dad wants it for himself.
So ask him yourself then.
But
hold
you got
the
more
sign up.
chance of the kid getting it
Yeah,
than an
because he
adult.
wants him to fucking look at him and go, oh, that's cute.
Exactly, so
So
it's
he's
clever.
using his fucking kid.
So it's clever.
I just don't. Nah, I just think them signs should be banned. Ban them from the grounds.
I love these.
Yeah, I love these.
I love these with a fucking, like, unbelievably fucking love this
In
thing.
case you're wondering, that's a trophy.
Right? Tell you what I'm going to... You dickhead! Ah!
That little silver thing. See, just there, look. That's a trophy.
Wow.
You did win one before, the Sherpa Vans, if you remember.
We've actually won since then. We've won some...
What? Promotion.
Won some Chinese Super Cup.
Fucking hell. Sherpa Vans trophy. You got to... I'm sure you got FA Cup semi-final recently.
Yeah?
About 4 or 5 years ago, weren't you?
No. More recent than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fucked.
Watford done you there, and then they got beat 6-0 in the final.
We're 2-0 up.
Fuck you now.
Anyway. Yeah, so I have got at home, and I'll bring it in to show you, because I saw them all the other day, probably about 80 Wolves tops from over the years.
Yeah.
Because I have to buy the home and away. This
Right,
year, I'm
okay.
buying the goalkeeper top. Is sick.
Yeah, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday. Sister threw some bags out the loft. She went, I'll put them there, they're going in the bin. I said, okay. Dropped them down to me, put them on the side. I said, have you sorted these bags? She went, yeah, them sorted. Fucking open one. There's a Liverpool scarf in there.
Ouch.
2 Liverpool tops. Not one,
Ouch.
2. I said, what the fuck am you doing? She went, what? I must have looked through that bag. So you're just dashing it out? My old Liverpool tops and my fucking scarves and that, like, from the games and
That's
stuff.
a big no-no.
I went, you're fucking off your head, you are.
Big no-no.
Ended
that
up
is.
emptying the bag on the bed and going through it properly, like.
Yeah.
So I
So
believe you.
what I'm saying is, I like things like for a keepsake. And trust me, right, if I could get Ethan to get a top signed, I'd use him.
You're some fucking weird cunt.
No, but it's nice to have.
I'd rather not have it than have to beg for it. be honest.
It's not DJing with bookings.
Are you begging for it?
You're not.
You're not begging for it.
No.
So when a homeless bloke sat outside fucking
Not even remotely the same.
Boots on the
Not
high
even
street,
remotely
and
the
he's got a
same.
sign saying,
No.
"Fucking give me
bollocks.
some money," he's begging.
Look, I'm just
And
keeping
you've got a fucking sign saying,
It's all right.
you've got a sign saying, "Can I have your shirt, please?" It's begging.
It's not the same at
You're
all.
asking for something.
It's not the fucking same.
It is, man. I'm
It's
not
not.
having it. I ain't
Not the
having it.
same. I do not agree with this one.
I don't give a fuck. This one's going in the bin. Man.
You can't.
I can.
You can't.
I've only got one this week, so it's going in.
Huh?
I've only got one going in.
And you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey, come on. I could get if it was bad, but there could be a reason he maybe want that to. It could be the kid's first game. There could be all reasons he might want it for like memory sake or whatever else. I would do it because I'm fucking fanatical. I've not missed a Wolves game in about fucking 15, 20 years. I've seen every game. Right?
Yeah.
So, if I could do it, I would. But when I'm on the ground, I'm nowhere near the fucking pitch.
Nah. I just think it's fucking begging, and you're using your kid to do it. Embarrassing little
I
fucker.
might get even the rest of the promoters. Can you book my dad, please?
Yeah. Please book my dad.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you should put that in. I don't think that's strong enough. I get your
Alright,
point.
If it ain't getting in the bin, I did say at the beginning it's a soft one.
It is harsh.
But it just irritates me because it's just
Yeah, well,
using your kid to beg.
you should have an irritated list as well then.
No. It's getting in the bin. Right, I'll do another one then. Something else that fucking winds me up. You know when you phone a company like, I don't know, Virgin or fucking British Gas,
Yeah.
and you've got to have a 10-minute conversation with a robot before you get to speak to anyone. Does that not wind you
That's
up?
everything that is. My phone's the fucking lot.
All I want to do is get a number, dial it, and speak to somebody. I don't want to say, do you this option 1, option 2, option
Which
3,
getting through to the right
option
person.
4. Well, can't someone just answer the phone and go, what's your inquiry? Like they do with the old bill.
No, totally different.
You phone 999, they say, do you want an ambulance, police, or fire?
Yeah, that's a switchboard.
Wonderful. So I have a switchboard at Virgin.
But you need to
You go
understand.
through and they say, what do you want to talk about? I want broad. You get 2 options, TV or broadband.
But there's different.
Okay, well, I press
departments.
number 3, I want broadband. Oh, do you want to hear about our broadband offers? No, I don't. I just want to talk to someone. And sometimes you got to do about 6 or 7 questions before you ring out so you can talk to someone. When like that in the old days, mate, you used to have a number for Virgin, you used to ring it, or Sky, or British Gas, whatever.
Hello.
You fucking ring it and someone would go, hello, how can I help you? That's what I want. Nobody wants automated fucking conversations.
I had one of them the other day with 3.
And then they say, you know, after the sound, say this. And you say it and they go, sorry, we didn't recognise that. Yeah, because I'm a fucking yam, you don't understand the accent. Imagine somebody from Newcastle trying it, or fucking Sunderland. Somebody Welsh. Completely different accent, you don't understand me. It fucking winds me up.
I took out a new contract with 3 for Ethan last weekend,
Yeah.
actually. And I had the same problem. Fucking
It's
hell.
annoying, man.
I did have the same problem.
Do you want to talk? I don't mind the first one where it's, are you talking about your phone? Are you talking about a technical issue? Are you reporting something's down? Give me 4 options, let me press a button. But at that point, I want to speak to someone then, or I want to be ringing.
That's fair enough
I
because
want to be listening to fucking Ed Sheeran
because
on the fucking waiting music. Do you know what I mean?
at work we have the same facility. They say for option 1, this option 2, option 3,
Yeah.
option 4. When you press that option,
You
it then puts you through to somebody.
That's it. That's a good company for me.
Yeah.
Ones who keep you online for fucking ages and then, oh, you can do this quicker if you go online.
Like-
No, you can't. Because the reason I'm phoning is because I went online and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So don't lead me around in a big fucking circle
I mean, that's your question.
and then I still get nowhere with it, like,
How many times have you done that? Called, gone through it, pressed all the buttons.
and it's gone off.
It's hung up.
Mate, don't. My phone's nearly gone out the window and everything, man. And I've been on hold for fucking 35 minutes and then it's gone off.
Yeah.
After a fucking 10-minute
They're the
conversation
best,
with a
aren't they?
robot. Oh, man. I get so angry.
They're the best.
Kate was screaming at her phone on Virgin. This is why I thought of this one, actually, because she was screaming at her phone on Virgin recently.
For what? Broadband?
for the TV. She was trying to phone up to pay something, and it just kept going. You can't do this. You can't do that. What's your name? You didn't say anything. I didn't recognise that name. It's like, well, fucking Kate's my name.
Wow.
Yeah, she had a bit of a scream at it and then had a fucking bipolar meltdown and threw a phone on the fucking sofa and I'm not doing it.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one.
We got one.
I'm with you on this one.
Fucking automated
Because I witnessed
answer
it.
phones and
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. I witnessed it with 3 the other day, and it was really fucking sad.
Fucking horrific, man.
I was just like, look, I just want to fucking.
I just want to talk to someone.
I said, look, his contract ran out 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm paying a monthly rolling one. He has not got enough usage. I want unlimited usage for him. What can you do, mate? They
Put it
went
on.
20 quid. I said, set it up then.
Yeah.
If you've answered the phone, all I want is
Someone just to answer the phone and say, what do you need?
upgrades, cancels, or help.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you need.
Do you know what? I understand that there's a queue. I don't mind waiting in the queue.
Yeah.
If it takes fucking half an hour, I just don't want to talk to a machine for fucking 20 minutes before I get into a queue.
And after half hour, answer
Unbelievable.
and get the answer you want.
Unbelievable. But anyway, that's in the bin.
I'm going to bring up one of my dilemmas today. I chose this one
Yeah.
because it's kind of important to me to discuss this with this guy. Okay, I've put him as an anonymous because he's requested. All right.
Ooh, anonymous.
But let me just get it. I'm not even going to read you the headline. Right. But let me just talk through it. Hi, fellas. I've been with my girlfriend for just over a year. We're genuinely happy. She's funny, supportive, ambitious, and we get on really well. There's no drama between us, but over the past few months, something has shifted. And I think it's more about her, more about me than her.
Okay.
All right. She recently got a huge promotion at work. It came with a big pay rise, a company car, and she now's traveling abroad for meetings. I'm proud of her. I generally am. But I'd be lying if I said it hasn't made me feel completely inadequate. I work hard, but I'm in a job that doesn't pay that well. I've always been comfortable financially, but now I feel like I can't keep up. She books weekends away, insists on paying for dinner when we go out, and even offered to cover most of a holiday just so we could both go. She says it doesn't matter and that we're a team, but to me it does matter. I've always been the provider type. I like feeling like I can look after my partner. You drop your guts then.
Huh?
The thing is, she never made me feel small. It's all internal. I find myself getting moody when she talks about work wins, or I turn down plans because I don't want her foot in the bill again. I've even started joking that I'm a broke little sidekick, but deep down, I'm not really joking. I feel like I'm falling behind, and it's eating at me. Do I bring this up and sound insecure, or do I need to get over myself and just be happy for her success? Would love some advice on how to handle this without letting my ego ruin a really good thing.
How long did they been together?
Just over a year.
Just over a year. Okay.
I've got a lot to say on that, but I want to hear yours first.
I don't really know. Don't understand his problem. Because, does it say if they're living together?
No, it doesn't even say oldies. That would help as well, because he could be old school man where he thinks that man needs to take care of women. I know this day and age, all he comes, but some men do feel like they have to provide.
I'm still like that.
I'm still the same.
I'm still traditional. I like to provide.
Yeah.
And
Don't get me wrong, I don't mind her paying the stuff, but there are times like, no, it's on me. You know, it's what gentlemen do.
yeah. Although I did make it used to pay off on the first day. No, she paid for the first one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went out for breakfast and then fully allowed her to pay.
Well,
Starters, you mean to go on?
keeper.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
go on, because I've got a lot to say. So you say yours first.
So he's feeling a bit insecure because she's had a fucking promotion and she's bagging a few fucking grand a month more than him now.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem if they're together. Well, even if they live together or not. One, if she's earning the extra dough and she's willing to spend it on you, that shows she likes you.
But look at it from his point of view now. Be careful.
Yeah, but from his point of view, I get it. If he's a old school traditionalist,
Yeah.
You know, if he's grown up like I have, where my granddad went to work, he was the provider.
Nan said, I'm cooking, clean, took care of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old man went to work. he worked 2 jobs, was provider until the kids were old enough. Then my mum went to work. I'm the same. I said to Kate when Kenny was born, no, you ain't working until he's in school.
Yeah.
I want him looked after, so he's got a bit of guidance at home and that. Like, don't want to put him in a nursery. So if he thinks that way, I can see why it'd bother him. But like his missus says, if they're a team, they're a team.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who puts the money in the pot; it's in the pot.
Yeah.
And the more money in the pot,
better life.
The better car he gets when it's fucking built up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Is that your opinion?
Yeah, I just think he's overthinking it.
Right.
Overthinking it. If your bird wants to treat you to a fucking weekend away, let her. I know you, in his position, he's saying he can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So what? If she's happy to put her money in so you don't miss out as a couple,
yeah,
let her do it.
I get where you're coming from. I really do. But in the line of work that I'm in and the diverse team that I have, I kind of encourage everybody, doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, male, female, always to be the best version of themselves, always to try and push and succeed and be really successful and to grow within themselves. I emphasize constantly on self-development, always learning. Every day is always a learning curve for everybody. We always learn stuff every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she may be earning more money than you, but what if she was earning that before you met her? Would that have been a problem then? You need to look past the point of she's more successful than you, she earns more than you. And yes, I do completely understand on the lines of she's paying for this, she's paying for that and everything else, but that's okay. That's okay. What you need to do is encourage her to be even better than what she is now, okay? To achieve more than what she's now and like get through to her. This is only your first step. You've had a big promotion, but there are bigger promotions coming. She'll stick with you through thick and thin. You support her that way, you'll be together forever, right? It doesn't matter.
She's obviously into him. If she's, if she wants to go to Paris for the weekend and he can't afford to pay, but she's like, don't worry about it, man. I just want to go to Paris with you.
Yeah.
She could go to Paris with the girls,
yeah,
but she's not choosing to do that. She's choosing to go with you.
So when
and
she's
pay for you.
Okay,
so you can experience them things.
What's important there? When she's booking holidays and things like this and everything else, right? Accept it because, like Mickey said, she could easily take her friends, but she wants to go with you. Now, I'm one for doing that. If I want to do something and my mates are like, oh, I can't, whatever, I'll pay for all of them to come. Food. Yeah, oh, well, I'll pay for everything, right? What you need to do is when you do spend money on her, when you spend time with her that's not on holiday or anything else, is make it meaningful, okay? So the occasional flowers to her work will go above and beyond any holiday she's ever brought, right? You make her feel wanted, supported, and loved. You'll be all right. I know how it may seem in your head, right? But again, push yourself. You said that you're not in a well-paid job. Look at, if you're not happy in your job or with your wage, look how you can progress into your work. Look at how you can advance further. Look at other fields that you could do. But ultimately, stick by her. Stick by her and support her. And with your own money, do the intimate, personal touch things. That makes sense what I'm trying to say.
Buy the flowers.
Buy her flowers, right? Book randomly, but don't tell her nothing, right? And book like a little quiet country pub, a little corner by the log fire.
Yeah, some of them are expensive.
And just, because that means more to women than anything. Yeah, you can go on all these nice fancy holidays, but that's because she wants to go and she wants you to go there. Appreciate that support and be grateful. Even when you go out there, right? If you go on a beach holiday and one night, like, the bars are open, don't go to a bar. Hold a hand, walk down the beach. Go and do something nice and romantic. Order a meal on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It'll blow her mind, bro. Honestly to God, it'll blow her mind. But it's important you keep pushing her to be better than she is now, because the further she goes, she'll take you with her.
Yeah.
And she will support you exactly the same in your next path that you want to go on. If you,
Well, that's it. At the end of the day, if you're a team, you're a team.
Team, yeah.
And if that's how she's looking at it, she obviously likes you. She obviously loves you. There's probably going to be a good future for you.
Yeah.
Because most bitches would make that money and fuck off because they don't need you anymore.
Yeah. But, you know, she's a successful woman. Push her to be even more successful. That's important.
Yeah.
Well done, babe. But do you know what? This is the first step.
Yeah.
You can do more. You're better than this. You can do more than this. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep pushing yourself.
It's not about you having to provide. It's not about you earning less and whatever else, right? It's about.
But it ain't now, because if you
No.
think about them times when it was traditional, the man went out to provide, woman stayed at home with the kids, looked after the house, made sure the tea was ready for everybody when you got in. You only needed the man to work at that point because that money was enough to last that family for the week.
It's not.
It's like, you know, my granddad would come home, give me nan dough, keep his betting money aside, and his money for his stout.
Fools.
Yeah, for his fucking, what's it called, Macintosh stout. He'd keep his money for that, give her the money to do the shopping, and he was happy.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, you both need to go to work to pay the rent.
And more.
That's why all the kids are fucking feral because there's no one at home.
So the little money you do earn, do what you've got to do with your bills and everything else. Any spare money you've got and you want to do something. Something
meaningful
nice,
stuff.
nice
Don't need
and
to be
intimate.
expensive,
Yeah.
just meaningful things.
No, some fucking women love sloppy shit. Get a picnic and drive to a field and sit in a field. She'll fucking love you to death.
Yeah, and get some strawberries, a bit of sugar.
Won't get sugar on it. But, bro, honestly, you're
I love
overthinking.
sugar. Sugar's fucking insane.
I wouldn't even consider discussing this with her. I think you need to get it out of your head and be supportive of her and, you know, focus on yourself as well.
Yeah,
There's nothing stopping you progress and grow and earning big money too. You could just be in the wrong job, but you could be content in your job.
the thing is, like these days, no one's going to look at you like you're a cunt. You know, if you're going back, like I said, to my granddad's era or the old man's era, if your missus is at work and you you'd get looked on by the community like, fucking hell, he's a lazy cunt. Obviously, you get to work, you're saying you work hard, you just don't earn as much as us, so what? If when you was earning more than her, were you treating her? Yeah.
That's the
if
way.
you're a team, that's the way it works.
That's the way, dude. Honestly,
Definitely.
there you go. And you'll see. She's gonna go. You're gonna go with her, and whatever path you take, she will be there pushing you along the way, and that's what it's all about. All right. Good luck. Let me know how you get on.
Well, it was anonymous, wasn't it?
Yeah, I kept his name out of it.
Okay. Right. Shall we go on to the naughty steps?
Oh, here we go with these.
I've got a couple of naughty steps this week.
Okay.
Let me just get it up. There we go. Right. Hello, boys. I'd backed up all my phone photos to Google, not realising my family has access to the shared album.
Oh,
Let's just say there were some personal photos in there from a recent weekend away with a boyfriend.
oh, it's a girl. Oh, even better.
My nan messaged me. My nan's messaged me saying, "Looks like you had a very intimate break. Lovely sunset." Straight to the naughty step with 2-factor authentication and 0 eye contact. What we saying? Sophie from Colchester.
Fucking idiot.
So she's
I can't believe it's a girl.
yeah. So she's.
Why has she got a shared Google Drive?
I don't know. I don't get all that. But yeah, so what she's saying is she's uploaded her fanny pics to the fucking family album and
Did she say pics or videos? Or both?
pictures, photos. I don't think
Go for the start again.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think she does. I've backed up all my phone photos to Google, not realising my family has access to a shared album.
So she's probably got slutty pictures and titties out.
I'd say titties out, few funny pictures for the fella, you know. Few pictures of her standing there with her one leg up.
And
with
Nan
the
has said
girls.
it in like a funny,
But Nan
supportive
said it
way.
in a-
Nan's a legend.
Looks like you had an
know.
intimate time, lovely sunset.
Nan's a legend.
I don't know if that's worthy of the naughty step, though.
Na's it fuck.
I just think it's a fucking
It's a good
it's
story.
little mistake where
It's a good story. It's not naughty. She's done nothing. There's nothing naughty about what she's done. If anything, her Nan's the naughty one. For looking at her pictures?
Well, she ain't gonna be able to help you. See if she's in the fucking. When you got shared album, it comes up. People have uploaded.
But doesn't it go into folders or anything?
Well, yeah, but you still get a notification on your phone saying if I had one with you, it'd say Wayne's uploaded a photo,
Wow.
and then you go and have a look, don't you? And Nan's had a look and seen her fucking patakions.
Hey, you fucking rat out.
Got a fucking minge out on fucking.
That's not
camera.
that's not even a naughty step question. You've done nothing wrong at all.
Sophie, can you share the Google photo with us, please?
Yeah, in fact, yeah. Before we decide whether to put on the naughty step, we need to know what these pictures are. Actually.
The ranting and raving pod at gmail.com. Share
And
us
then-
on share
and
us
then
on the
we'll-
album, and then we'll tell you.
'Cause
if
I'm
you're
a
on the naughty
dirty,
step.
stinking fucking pervert. Really? Have a look at
So we
them.
say then none for her now.
That's not. That's Mickey. There's no naughtiness there, is there? That's just a a giggle story. That is.
Okay, right. Second one I got, which is Mikey from Dundee. Fucking hell, we've reached Scotland.
Fucking hell.
We have reached Scotland. Hey guys, I was out with a group and we were doing rounds. When it got to mine, I said I'd get the next one, then snuck off to the toilet and ghosted. I claimed my phone died and I thought everybody had left. Truth is, I didn't want to spend £38 on 6 cocktails.
Tight cunt.
Am I on the naughty step?
Yeah, you fucking tight bastard.
I don't know if you're on the naughty step, but what you are is a fucking
No, that's a
rat.
That's a naughty move,
Nah,
mate.
you're a rat.
That's a naughty move.
Hey,
that.
What he doesn't specify though, which I'd like to know, was how far through the group was he on the round? Because if he was the last one, he's a cunt.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably last.
Yeah,
36 quid, £5 a drink.
you know, if he's second in the list, he's only.
Did he say
he's only got
cocktails?
Yeah, cocktails.
So you're talking £8 a piece.
Yeah, and you're probably all fucking
There's 5 of them.
Weatherspoons, fucking skinny jean wearing cunts anyway. If you're drinking cocktails,
Fuck Weatherspoon's going in there.
What does it say?
Yeah,
Let me just have a look.
that is a naughty move, Michael. That's nearly as bad as you all go out for a meal,
Yeah.
going to pay your share, but fucking off home.
Yeah. I just say, you know, like with
It's on par with that, isn't it?
the old rounds thing. Just pay your fucking way, man.
Yeah.
Boy, you got to be a tramp and go to the toilet when it's your round. Let somebody else pay for it.
That's naughty, that is. You know, if one of my mates like that, be having words.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, if there's 5 of you out, to stop that happening, you've got to go, right, there's my 20 quid, there's my 20 quid, there's 100 quid in the kitty.
Yeah.
We'd all add again when it runs out.
Yeah, I hate that.
But then you always get somebody within your group where, you know, say there's 5 of you.
I've had Cokes.
No, there's 5 of you. What do you want? I'll have a Stella. Stella. I'll have a double JD and Coke. Cunt. Why couldn't you just have a Stella like everyone else? Then the price is all the same. So we're having a £4 pint, and you're having a fucking £8 drink.
Yeah.
Cunt.
And which goes quicker as well.
Yeah, be off.
Yeah, I think that's naughty. I really do. I
Yeah,
think
if
that's
it's your round,
bad
it's your
behaviour, that
round,
is.
man. Stop being a fucking sausage.
That's bad behaviour. And if anyone was like any of my mates, I wouldn't even invite them out anymore.
Just get the fucking round in, man.
I did not invite him. I'd invite all my other mates out.
Yeah, not
And
even.
I'd take pictures of us about.
Yeah.
When you learn to start paying for a fucking
Yeah.
round, you can come out.
It is a shit move.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it?
cuntish.
Shit move, man.
Cunt's move.
I've got a.
You have a word with yourself, you tight cunt.
Yeah, fuck off. Are you on the naughty step? Yeah. You're on the naughty step, and I'm fucking rolling tins of fucking beans down the stairs at you as well. Fucking horrible bastard. Pay your fucking way. I'm going to do another one because we got another 10 minutes or so to do.
So we can have a little convo at the end.
No, I've got a good one. See what you reckon. Right. Hello, guys. I let my nephew borrow my iPad to play games while I went to make lunch. Completely forgot I'd been watching something very adult the night before and hadn't closed the tab.
I love these ones.
He pressed Safari. His dad came in and shouted. Oh, his dad came in as he shouted, "Why are those people wrestling with no clothes on?" I just said it was grown up yoga and left the room. Am I on the naughty step? or am I getting a lifetime ban for babysitting?
This is tough.
And that's Matt from Slough.
Because, right, the problem you've got is, to me, to be on the naughty step is like fucking someone over or whatever.
Yeah, you've got to
else.
do something.
Yeah. So people are now starting to email him about mistakes they've made
Yeah,
that are not actually putting you on the naughty step,
yeah,
right? So it's where we go. Don't get me wrong. I love how that girl at Nan saw her pictures of a fucking moth and that.
yeah.
I like how his nephew or niece is now
Do you
watching.
reckon them would be more suited for the Patreon for the embarrassing moments?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I love things like that because I think that's funny as fuck.
yeah.
Brilliant.
So basically, he's got his iPad to his nephew.
Yeah.
He's opened it up, and some birds getting.
He's not
absolutely...
noticed it, but he's not doing nothing wrong. Same as that girl.
He's left it on though, hasn't he?
And
He's got it to. He don't really say how old he's.
bro, if you got my phone
nephew
and
is.
press the bottom and all the screens come up for you to choose, God help
Titties.
what you will see.
Titties.
Lady boys.
Yeah. Wanking over lady boys.
Face on you when I said that.
Wanking over lady boys. Loving it.
You disgust. He's like, yeah.
Horrific. No, thank you.
Nah. We've got to be careful with these, what we pull in, because people are obviously writing in. If you were going to go through every email you've got, you're not going to be able to do anything because you've been doing emails all fucking day, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think, done nothing naughty. How's that naughty?
But he's probably scarred the kid for life.
And
You know,
he's going to see
I
shit
don't
like
know
this
how
at
old he is.
school.
Don't know how old he is, so it's hard to judge really. Because if he's passed it to his 14-year-old, but then again, he wouldn't really need to be babysitting his 14-year-old.
And the 14-year-old love it.
And he'd be fucking taking the pad to the bedroom.
And yeah, he will be saying while they're resting, he's like, ooh.
So
Yeah.
let's say he's 5 or 6 then. He ain't going to know what it is he?
No.
So he ain't going to matter.
You could say it was WWE.
WWE, except he was putting a stick up its ass.
Hang on.
Go on.
The kid says, why are these
Why they're wrestling with no clothes on?
wrestling? So is it gay porn? Hang on now.
Don't say gay porn, I don't think.
Because the kid would have said, why is this man and woman wrestling?
Why are those people wrestling without clothes?
Oh, please be gay porn.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Explain that to your brother or whatever the kid's mummy.
Fucking hell. Unreal.
Oh well. So we're going to start. We're going to start recording the Patreon stuff this week.
Yep.
So for those of you who've not joined our Patreon yet, now is the time. We've had a discussion about the Patreon things are not going to be set up the same as this. You're not going to have the two halves are different. We're going to be discussing things, but it's not going to be first half. How we doing? Discussion.
Yeah, I think we're just going to do it in one take, an hour, and we're just going to...
It's more relaxed. So I'm not going to. So see, we're quite clever because when I need a drink, Mickey will talk, and the camera will pan to him, and then when Mickey needs a drink, he'll pan to me. With that, we'll just be chilling. So I'll just drink on camera and everything. So it's cool. It's going to be more. I wouldn't say intimate.
No,
More
just
relaxed.
a bit more laid back and
More opinionated. Because you've seen
Yeah.
look how chilled I am on these. I'm more, no, Mickey, you can't, and that, and blah, blah, blah.
nah, fuck that. Not on Patreon. We're going in. We are going in.
What time's your barbecue?
Time is it?
1:45.
1:45. Yeah. About 3 o'clock.
I'd like to say a quick thank you to everybody as well, with all the messages that you're sending in. That we are overwhelmed with messages, not just the email. My Facebook inbox is popping.
I tell you what I do want a bit more of, though. Questions. Random questions. Send us some random questions you want
Like
answering. Whatever they want. Just so, you know, send a random
careful.
question and say, I want to ask Wayne this.
Oh, okay.
And then, or I want to ask Mickey this.
Yeah.
I want to ask you both this.
So you know if you want a miserable answer, ask Mickey.
That's me, man. No fucks given.
Yes, if you're on the terms of, I don't agree with this, I want Mickey's opinion, you're going to get it. If you want a more chilled, then ask me. Is this for Patreon or are we going to this? Just for Patreon now?
Patreon, yeah.
Okay. You're not going to get the chilled one from me. I'm going to be the same as I was back in my videos. Opinionated. To a certain degree.
A prick.
I have to be nice with this. I work for a very big company. So I have to be cool.
Patreon, no.
Patreon is different.
Yeah, you're paying for that shit.
Yeah, but what was it? £3? Fucking,
£3.
what's that? Penny a day?
It's less than a cup of coffee. It's not for the year, it's for the month.
Wow, 10 pence a day?
Not even 10 pence, is it?
Nothing.
Anyway, if you do want to go on Patreon, patreon.com/the ranting and raving pod. If you want to follow us on the socials, same handle. And if you want to email us, go on Wayne.
The ranting and raving pod @gmail.com.
Finally got it.
I had it anyway. Well, I'll tell you what I
Took
also
you free
appreciate.
shows, man.
You know the little clips that we're putting up and stuff, and we're getting a lot of interaction with. Share them for us,
Yeah.
please.
Sub on YouTube as well. We need them subs up on YouTube because basically we can't monetize that channel till we're on 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Literally. So we need 1,000 subscribers on there before we can monetize it.
What we on?
About 100 and something.
That's not bad going.
I know we've only been going a
fucking
month.
fourth episode.
Yeah, we've only been going a month, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But we're not on the fourth episode, Wayne. This is the sixth.
No, on
episode.
there. There's 4 on YouTube.
There's 4 already on there, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's 4 on 4 on
that
there.
won't make sense when this goes out on episode 6. This is the 6th.
Oh, for
episode,
fuck's
Wayne.
sake. I don't fucking know,
This
man.
geezer's a bellend, man.
We record like 2 or 3 times a fucking day, twice a week. No, we do one day a week and then 2 or 3 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're always like, well, to make sure, because obviously I'll keep fucking up on holiday. He keeps having meltdowns. I need content. So we kind of rush it all through and eventually it'll all iron out. So, yeah.
When's the football season starting again, man?
Has Liverpool released a kit yet?
No, but I've signed some fucking great players.
Frimpong, Wirtz, and what's his name from Bournemouth? Isn't it?
Kirkes.
Fuck's sake.
And that goalkeeper as well from
About Alisson?
Alisson's there, but Kelly has gone to Brentford.
Oh, she brought number 2.
Yeah. I think of his name. Mash. I don't know. I ain't even going to bother Googling it. Some good signings there, mate. And then we're on about. I think they're getting.
How do you wrap that up so quick?
I think they're getting Gay from
Gay.
Crystal Palace as well.
You're having Gay. Yeah. I've seen that.
Good centre back.
Yeah.
Some strong signings there, you know.
But the thing is,
Statement that is.
look how quick you've done business.
No messing
Boom,
around.
boom, boom, boom.
Done,
Fair
done.
play to the board as well for backing. And you said, what do you want? Yeah, there you go.
But they needed to do something this season because last season they did fuck all. And, you know, you've just won the league. Strengthened the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Trent's gone, which is going to be a big miss, man. But I'm happy with Frimpong because he's a similar player. He's not going to be as creative.
How much do you reckon you could have got for Trent?
If he'd have been on a 5-year contract, he's a fucking 80, 90 million pound player, isn't
He
he?
should have signed for you. Like Cooney did with us.
He's a div, but oh well, he's given me some good memories. I don't hold it against him at the end of the day. If he was, you know, he's been at the club 20 years.
So he should have.
If he wants to try something different, what can he win at Liverpool?
Win it all, isn't he?
He's won the Premier League twice. He's won the
Champions League.
Champions League, Super Cup,
Won it
FA Cup, I think twice, League Cup twice.
Yeah.
He's done there, man. He ain't got nothing else to prove. He proved he can do it there. And the fact that Spain are fucking paying him stupid 350, 400 grand a week.
Okay.
I know what you're going to bring up.
Oh.
Go on.
Oh, you just reminded me.
Go on.
What did I send you the other day?
Let me get it up, man.
Fucking hell. Oh, can you imagine?
Mate, it's ridiculous.
Can you imagine?
So Ronaldo,
Oh,
his new contract for his club. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. So Ronaldo's new contract for his club's worth 178 million a year. That includes a 24 million pound signing on bonus, which increases to 38 in the second year. £8 million bonus if Al Nassr win the Saudi Pro League. £6.5 million bonus if they win the Asian Champions League. £4 million bonus if he wins the Golden Boot. 15% ownership of Al Nassr, estimated at 33 million. Listen to this one. 80k goal bonus
For every goal.
per goal. Increases by 20% in the second year. 40k per assist bonus. £60 million worth of sponsorship. £4 million worth of private jet expenses covered by Al Nassr. Sort of a contract is that, man? He's fucking 40 now, isn't he? It's a big contract, isn't it? It's fucking huge, isn't it?
I knew you'd like that when I sent it, yeah.
I don't like it. Some big money to play in a fucking poor league as well. The league's terrible. No one goes. It's in the stadiums. How do they make the money?
Well, they've got money at the
Yeah, I know,
fucking
but
eyes, ain't
isn't it under fucking FIFA? You've got to be able to create money to spend money.
I think that, right, so if you sponsor your shirt for 500 million a year,
That's what they stopped them doing that, didn't they? Because City started doing it.
well, they've got their own rules.
All their board sponsors went up. There's people sponsoring the fucking toilets and everything in the Etihad.
I don't know.
178 million a year.
Imagine that.
Fucking ridiculous.
I'd like
man.
10%, 1% of that.
1% to do, mate. Fucking 0.5%. Fucking Ronaldo. Loving life.
How long have we done?
We're done now. Anything you want to add?
We're going to have breakfast now.
Am I?
Full English is coming.
Oosh. That's what I'm talking about.
Ethan's bringing us a full English. Finished swimming. I've just messaged me now. He's going to bring us a full English breakfast. There's an amazing cafe in town they do. So good
Right.
bring it.
Let's stop talking about it and fuck off then.
Right. Thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, we're going to start filming the Patreon stuff now as well. Get yourself on there. We have talked about certain things today, which I've explained will only be available in the Patreon recordings.
You can follow us on Patreon without subscribing as well. You'll
Yeah,
get
but that's gay.
all the public shows on there and that.
It's not gay.
It is.
It's not gay.
It is gay. Follow us.
It's not gay.
Follow us.
I never meant it like that.
Just jump on Patreon.
Come on.
See if you like it.
10 pence a day.
10 pence a day. Right, I'm done.
Right.
That
It's
is
been a pleasure.
pod.
We'll
We
see
shall
you all
see
soon.
you on the next show.
Au revoir.
Goodbye.